All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents The Monster Party. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, I enjoy the heck out of that. It's fun. Where the heck did my dog go? Okay. So I'm thinking about doing some, because a lot of the backers on the IndieGoGo really like the original art levels.
Yes, they do.
Which is really surprising because, I mean,
it's not that me.
Well, I was kind of shocked because when we did the Kickstarter, I offered a lot of those same pieces of original art, and nobody was really interested. No, it's not a big deal, but I put up the first 5, and 3 of the first 5 were gone, and it's like, holy crap! And then I put up 5 more, and like three more of them are gone now. So what I'm going to do is this weekend I'm going to work on some. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? What I'm thinking about doing is working on some real nice 9x12 illustrations and putting them up as options on Monday. And I may even, pick one and have you throw some watercolor on it. We'll see what happens, But I did one really quick sketch earlier today that I didn't get a chance to go back to, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it on stream tonight. And I think it's a cool looking illustration, and I think everybody might get a kick out of watching me draw it. So, that is what we're going to do tonight. Hey, Commodore, how's it going, man? Let me change my camera position. Earthquake! Yeah, okay. All right, here's the illustration I was working on. It's a hero sketch. This is a 9x12, but I'm putting him in a one of the Chinese-inspired costumes. This may or may not be something he wears in book 3. I'm still tinkering around with what he's going to be wearing, because there's a part of the story in which he goes to accomplish like a mission, and he's going to get, dressed for the occasion. This may not exactly be what he wears, but it's kind of inspired by it. So, needless to say, this may not be a finalized thing, but it's just something fun to draw. And like I've said before, 101 million times, I love drawing heroes. So any opportunity to draw heroes is fun for me. So how's everybody else doing this evening? This wonderful Friday evening. Oh, you know what? We should probably take a quick look at the IndieGoGo campaign.
I don't think it's done anything unless it's done something in the last hour or two.
I know I got at least one other pledge today, so let's,
Oh, you're up to 16?
Yep. Okay. All right, we are going to share the screen. Just take a quick look, see how things are going. One of the things John advised me to do is when you share your screen, do it in an incognito window so none of your personal stuff takes a chance of popping up. And I'm like, good idea. That's really smart. So, all right. Yeah, we're back up to 16 backers. We actually got a comment. Let's take a quick look at the comment. This is Jeremy Lott says, this book looks like so much fun. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy's actually one of the backers. So very cool. I appreciate it. So, oh yeah, anybody out there that's backed the project, if you want to leave a comment, well wishes, light jabs, I take on all comers. Whatever you want to share is fine by me. Oh, I know somebody recently backed the project, and I reached out and I said, thanks for backing the project, and they respond, says, yeah, I can't wait to share this with my son. And I'm like, oh, my heart just goes, oh, that's exactly what I want. That's what I want more than anything, So, all right, everybody. Let's see. Did I add anything that's worth showing? Let's see. Oh, I added those pages that I showed off on John's stream last night.
Did you fix that page?
Which page?
Page 10.
No, I didn't. I just posted it as is. I'll go back and fix it. Avery says I must have deleted a layer when I did it. So.
Oh, I cringed so hard when you were showing that stuff.
Oh, well.
You were extra cringy.
I was extra cringy. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you were extra spastic.
I thought I was much better than I was last time.
Oh. Never mention that I'm the colorist again. You're not allowed to talk about me.
Okay, that's fine.
I was cringing like, oh. I was cringing every time.
What did I say about you, other than the fact that I think you're fantastic and so forth?
Yeah, I don't ever want to hear that again.
Whatever. Oh, by the way,
if you do, I'll quit.
Okay, that's fine. By the way, Avery is just utterly a piece of crap. Don't ever buy anything from him.
Don't mention me. Don't mention me.
Don't mention you at all. Come on, man.
First of all, I'm the colorist. Absolutely no one cares.
Oh my God.
You need to, like, people do not care who colored a book. They don't. That's just reality.
A Commodore says Jeremy's actually in one of his Facebook groups. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, by the way, Avery, we were both invited to join a live stream next Friday. The guys from Ignition, it's one of the guys that does the fan edition of Drawn and Quarterly. Drawn and Quartered. Why do I keep saying quarterly?
I don't know.
That's so dumb.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to help you. I
don't know. I don't know why that always pops into my head that way. But yeah. But they've invited us to come on the live stream next Friday, to promote Hero, and they would like you to join as well. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I think they said, oh crap, I got to double check the time, but I think we said like 7:00 Eastern time or whatever. So I don't know how long they usually go for and whatever. Yeah, probably. I was just watching one of the Quarterings videos just a minute ago or so. I am so glad I'm not into video games, because there is so much freaking drama going on in video games, to the point where I think it sometimes even eclipses the drama that goes on in comics, you know?
What are you talking about? Because he talks about Magic the Gathering a lot.
Well, he was talking about Nintendo, and he was talking about what was the thing about Metacritics and stuff, and I was watching that video too. It's like, dang, there's so much. I don't. Does video games have a bigger audience than comics, do you think?
Massive. By video games,
really?
Billions. It makes more than movies now.
Okay, well then I guess that explains it. Why there's so much more drama going on there. I'm kind of glad I'm not in there. Jerry says Fallout 76 is garbage. Yeah, he was talking about some of that stuff too. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm skipping it, and I want to add game streaming to my channel, and it's pretty much going to be all Bethesda games, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout. But I'm not playing 76. I'm not buying it. I'm not playing it.
Supposedly, one of the videos that he said came out something about they found code in Fallout 76 that was copied directly from other games that they did, even to the point where there were comments and stuff attached to it that referred to the other games.
Yeah,
that just sounds bad.
No, Bethesda's always done that. The game engine of like Fallout 4 and stuff, still very closely related to the game engine they used in Morrowind. And that game engine originally was created for online multiplayer. The Brio engine.
Yeah.
The reason it has so many problems in Fallout is just Bethesda being lazy in all their games. It's just them being lazy. Like some people want to blame the Havoc engine for weird stuff in physics. It's like, no, other games use the Havoc engine, and it's fine. It's great. Even it's just Bethesda. Every game they put out needs to have another 6 months of spit and polish before they release it, and they don't. They let their modding community fix it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, like I said, I'm glad I'm not into the video game scene. I get enough with
76 looks like a train wreck. I don't want nothing to do with it. But that's not when people have been asking for multiplayer Fallout for a long time, but what they delivered isn't what people have been asking for. They've been asking for a normal Fallout game, something like 3 or New Vegas, where other people can join you. And that's not what they're trying to do. Is something that's more like Fortnite or something.
Okay. No, I'm not familiar with either of those games. I'll have to take your word for it.
They want that money. They want people buying loot boxes.
Yeah, I watched a video about that as well. So.
Yep, it's loot. Yeah, if something has loot boxes you have to pay for, I won't play it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
All right, Jerry says, wait a minute. Commodore says video games are for normies today. Jerry says playing everything from Bethesda, can't play this Fallout game. Every disappointment in them right now. Very disappointed in them right now.
Yes.
Commodore says the Game Broy, I don't know what that is. Okay. Creation engine isn't the problem. They keep on adding stuff on top of it and not implementing stuff like Havoc. Havoc is good, but Bethesda doesn't care to optimize it. And then says Bethesda has a bad case of good enough syndrome. Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Yes, somebody. Yep. Watching the hacker on, aren't you?
And then Richard says, "Hey Andrew, how y'all tonight? My ex-daughter-in-law works for Bethesda, and she said don't consider buying until after January." Does that mean they're going to be some big, huge price decreases in January?
No, they're gonna. They gotta. They're gonna be fixing stuff. Like
okay.
They're gonna be fixing a lot of stuff and implementing things. Like, could the game eventually be a good game? Yeah. Okay, you got to turn off your notifications.
That's my phone telling me
that was loud.
Well, it's right next to my. I have the phone right underneath my speaker. Right. I mean my. Whoops. I have it right. Just sitting right underneath my.
Words.
My snowball. It was sitting right underneath my snowball.
Right next to my mic.
Right next to. Yeah, there you go. Right next to my mic.
Woo! Words, man.
Well, I didn't realize it last night when John went live and it rang, it dinged, and he said, "Hey, turn that off." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." I didn't realize, to me, it just dinged right next to me. To you guys, it dinged right next to the microphone.
Oh, to me, that thing went off in my ear.
I'm so sorry.
And it was loud.
I'm sorry.
You don't sound sorry.
Not for you. For everybody else, though, I am.
You don't sound sorry at all.
Well,
I don't believe you.
Well, believe me or don't believe me, I am sorry.
It's very insincere, sir.
Look at my face. Is this not sincereness to you?
I try not to do that. I just
Did you say you just ate? You're an ass.
Yeah.
Hey D, how's it going? He says, I wish I could still play video games, but the older I get, the less time I have, and the last MMO I played nearly killed me. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played an MMO.
And Commodore says, yes, Zarek is love. Zarek is life.
Yeah, the hacker. Okay. Yeah. I like that dude.
Okay. As long as you know what he's talking about, I'm okay.
Yeah, he's an Elder Scrolls. He's a Bethesda channel mostly.
Okay.
And he throws salt, dude. Like, he loves their games, but he throws salt at them too. He's not just one of the Yes Men channels.
Okay.
He's entertaining.
That's what you got to do. You got to be entertaining.
And he's a jerk, and it's funny.
Oh, so he's like a Cecil then? Is that it?
No.
Okay, Jerry says, I have Red Dead. I don't need a multiplayer Fallout game.
Yeah.
And then Richard says, Andrew, can I ask you about Hero and the coloring? Absolutely. Now's the great time. Hit me, Richard. Ask anything you like. Unless it's a really hard question, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I told everybody at work. Everybody at work knew I had to leave early today at noon. Well, originally I had to leave at noon because my boss made me schedule all my vacation time for the end of the year in order to use it, because it's a use it or lose it situation. So I have like Friday, half days on Friday all the way now to the end of the year. But my wife just happened to have a doctor's appointment, so that it coincided. It worked together really well. And the fact that I was going to, coincided. It worked well because I was going to have to leave anyway to take her to the doctor appointment. And don't you know, there's always that one person that at the last minute asks you to do 20 different things or one big main thing. And I told him, he said, hey, can you do this for me? And I'm like, not in 30 minutes. And I needed to walk out the door, and I ended up not leaving on time. And I still got home on time and still got her to the doctor's appointment on time. But, you know, there's always got to be that one person that screws you up.
Yeah, for me, it's you.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Hey, Andrew, you want to check on that? It's like, okay. Later, look at the color. Oh, you didn't fix that.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. It worked perfectly fine.
It didn't.
Yeah, well. Michael says, oh. Yeah, well. I got to be careful about naming names because you never know when somebody's going to watch my videos that knows me and may work with me. I don't want to say anything bad about people I work with, except for Avery. I'll say bad things about him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Richard says, I have an idea about a story Hero tells Pudge about the king. Are you thinking about coloring that part of the story? I think it would be more visual if you didn't. You mean the Pie King, that story? It might be more impactful or colorful if it was very different from a dream sequence. If that's what you're talking about, it may or may not get colored. Have not decided just yet. We'll see how much work Avery's swamped with by the time I actually get the story done. So we'll see.
If we're even printing the book, I mean.
No. We're printing the book. We're going to get there. I have no doubt about that. Avery's Mr. Negativity sometimes, but I got to keep everything positive.
I'm not negative. I just have realistic expectations.
No, you don't. Sure
I do.
Nope, no, you don't. I'm being realistic. It's going to be funded. It's going to be great. People are going to love it. Book 2 is going to be so much better. People are going to love Book 2. The coloring on Book 2 is going to knock people on their butts. It's going to be so awesome.
Are you hiring somebody to redo it?
Oh, you dork. Of course not. I'm getting the best person for the job to do the job.
Who did you hire? What? Did you fire me?
No, I didn't fire you.
Are you sure? You said the best person. I'm not a person.
What are you talking about? Of course you're a person.
Gross.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what he's talking about now. Richard says, I enjoyed both books very much. I'm looking forward to the completion of the IndieGoGo campaign. That's right. Richard was the one that ordered the 2 copies of the black and white book from me during after one of our live streams.
Oh, cool.
So if you're talking about the King, the story that he tells, Avery did color it, and but he did it in a like a 2-tone type thing, so that you can tell from page to page to page which is the story that he's telling and which is them. And he did a fantastic job. If you go to the IndieGoGo campaign, there's that one page. It's the splash page of the rabbit prince. That's how he did the whole he did the whole story. It looks fantastic. And D says you're a monster, but he did the wrong you are. Oh. Even I know that one. Even I know that one grammatically. I've only made that error so many times.
I am a monster.
And Cosmix is here. Hey man, how's it going?
He understands I'm not a person.
We're obviously both monsters.
No. I created this artwork that says monster on it a long time ago, months ago.
Yeah, but I seriously don't think that's what he was referring to be honest with you.
I didn't say he was.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of funny if it was. If it was
It might be if he recognized my name from the few times we've talked in DMs.
Yeah.
Which I doubt. He gets like 1,000 messages a day from 1,000 random idiots like me.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Hey, Avid, how's it going? Glad you're here, man.
Avid?
He says the art is looking dope. Yes, it is, man. It is. If EVS says you're a monster, then it must be true. Yes, it is.
I'm quite honest about it.
But Todd, our friend from New York, was in town visiting family, and we did not get an opportunity to go see him, which is really sad because we usually try to visit with him at least a little bit. And we did make an attempt to. I sent my daughter as a surrogate, as a representative for the family, so he got to see her, and she got to meet his daughter, which the baby's will be 2 years old next year, and Ayla has yet to meet her. This was the first time, and he called me up and told me a story about a comic book store that he found in St. Augustine. And I'm going to leave the story because he's going to tell it. He'll tell it to you, Avery. And I told him to join us on the live stream, and he said he'll try to join one next week, and he'll tell you the story. So I don't want to spoil everything, but
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you one of the funny parts is he met a comic book store owner who not only is a Comicsgate fan, but they heard of us through EVS's show.
Nice.
When he mentioned my friends do this book called Hero, he says, "Hey, that's the one EVS mentioned." Yeah.
It might have been the other Hero. The one that's a name.
Yeah, I know.
Because like Critias got confused for
Yes, Critias got confused. That's because we've never had Critias on our show. Even though I would love to have him on, he could come on and talk about this stuff.
Critias got confused for a second.
Yeah, and I did mention that to John yesterday. I told John after the live stream, I said, what you're doing for people like us, small press people, is just absolutely fantastic. And it's something that I want to do as well. You know, as this campaign builds and we get more eyes, let's bring in other people who are going to try to do stuff.
Sure.
And the guys that I was telling you about, the guys that want us on their stream next Friday, they have a IndieGoGo for their comic that they're launching early next year. So, and I told them, cross promotion, it's time to do that,
Mm-hmm.
It's time to do that with other people, and that's fantastic. Because that's what this Comicsgate is really a lot about, is, the support, it's supported. Yep.
It's like, yeah, you just keep poking it. You just keep charging that windmill, buddy.
All right, Avid says, thanks, guys. Great to see you. I did some art. I'd love to show you in DMs and get your opinion advice. Absolutely, Avid. And then Cosmic says, and then Avid says, I've been going to a new LCS. I found 4 that are Comicsgaters. I was blown away. And then Cosmic says, you're again. Actually, you know what? Todd said, he said that it might behoove us to make the trip down there to check out the comic book stores, because he said the guy was telling him that there's actually like 4 comic shops in St. Augustine, and they're a pretty close-knit group, and they actually do pretty good business because of the fact that St. Augustine is such a tourist trap that people go to the area, and when they want to check out comics, that they actually do some pretty good business down there.
I think the comic shops here in Jacksonville are afraid to be pro Comicsgate.
Well,
because they get harassed, man. They get threats.
Well, we have 3 types of comic book stores here in this town. We have the one that's actually a game store that just happens to have comics. He doesn't give a crap about anything that goes on. You have the really, really small guy that totally folds under the pressure of his customers because he's trying to keep as many of them as possible. And then you've got the third type, which is the big conglomerate from Orlando that has come into town and taken over 2 shops, and they are absolutely SJW hive mind comic book stores. So the one comic book store that we had that you would say could possibly be pro Comicsgate completely folded to the pressure of their customers, who are like, I'm offended by that poster of that Comicsgate backed property, and they took it down and said, okay, we don't want to offend you.
Oh, another shop, apparently some people went in and knocked some stuff over.
Yeah. I think that's the same shop we're talking about.
No.
Oh, okay.
I asked.
I have it says multiple LCSs. Where the heck is St. Augustine? Holy crap, your art is so good. Do you get commissions? Right now, Avid, to be honest with you, I am not taking any commissions simply because I am focused on Hero almost full-time, unless, of course, you want a Hero commission. But the best way to get a Hero commission is to support the IndieGoGo, because every book is going to come with a piece of art. It all depends on what kind of art you want, whether you want a quick little sketch, you want a quick sketch with some color, or you want a nice 9x12 sketch like this. I mean, it all depends on what you want. But I'm not taking commissions right now. I'm not taking open commissions because, guys, if I did that, I would never finish these books. I really have to say no to commissions, even though you can make a lot of money doing commissions. A lot of people do, but St. Augustine is about 20 miles away from us in Jacksonville, down south and further south, and it's a touristy area. It's the old
Spanish fort.
Old Spanish fort, oldest city in the U.S. type of thing, the oldest original. Yeah, so it's very much a tourist type place. When my wife and I would skip school back in high school, we'd go down to St. Augustine for the day. I can't remember the last time I was down there. Can you? It's one of those things where if you're locals, it's like the beach. We don't ever go to the beach. We live 10 minutes away from the beach. We don't ever go to the beach. It's a touristy thing.
Oh, no. People that live at the beach don't like to cross the ditch.
Cosmic says, wait a minute. Hold on. Richard says North Florida. Yep. Avid says, oh, dope. I'm so jealous. I'm freezing my balls off. Thanks, Richard. Where, Avid? I hate to say it, but it's kind of cold down here too. We're actually in our early first winter, because we get a good 10 days to 2 weeks worth of absolutely cold weather in Florida. Believe it or not, we've actually even had snow here. Back 25, 27 years ago is when it happened, but I mean, it happened. It
melted as soon as it hit the ground.
Yeah, it's one of those things but because we're Floridians, we're not used to it. So when it happens, it kind of like knocks the crap out of us. And this week is one of those where we actually got to 32 degrees on like Monday. down. I think we set a record for the earliest freeze in Jacksonville. So wherever you are, and you've got, do you get snow? No, I haven't seen snow in many, many, many years.
Yeah, we don't get snow.
Yeah.
If it does snow, it melts as soon as it hits the ground. It doesn't collect.
Richard says he's in Virginia.
They get snow.
Yep. Actually, get snow in Georgia sometimes in some areas.
Yeah, I did when I'm originally from Atlanta. We got snow sometimes up in North Georgia.
Yeah, I haven't actually. My sister-in-law and her ex-husband, when they were still married, made a trip up to Georgia with the kids when it was snowing, and it took them all day to get there, and it was kind of this type of snow that as soon as it hit the ground, it melted. Mm-hmm. But they wanted their kids to be able to see snow, and whatever. More power to you people. I am not going out of my way to see snow. My parents, my dad was in the Navy, so we did we did a lot of moving around for the first, for my school age years. I lived in a lot of different places, and a couple of those were in New Jersey. So I have seen snow, but it's been so long since I was a kid since I've seen it. Pretty sure I don't miss it. D says it's 70 there in California. Well, good for you, man. Actually, one of the biggest jokes about the weather here in Jacksonville, the biggest joke is, you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. And we were at 32 Monday morning. This weekend, it's supposed to be up in the 70s, mid 70s. So, I mean, it changes so rapidly around here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one meme. It's a picture of like a Florida palm tree, and it says 12 o'clock, and then the next picture is like a torrential downpour. It says 12:01, and then the next picture is the first picture again with the palm tree, and it says 12:05. That's what our weather is like down here.
True.
You don't like it, just wait 5 minutes.
It'll change radically.
Yep. It's my Todd, when he first brought his wife down here, it rained, and she was kind of shocked at how hard it rained. And he's like, well, it must be like 2 o'clock. And she's like, what? She says, around 2 o'clock in the summer, it rains, and then 10 minutes later it stops. And she looked down at the clock, and it was like 2:03, and she's like, how did you know it was 2 o'clock? He says, it's because that's how it is.
Yeah.
During the summer, it rains about the same time every single day.
And you think it's a hurricane, like it's bad, and then it just stops all of a sudden, and the rest of the day is beautiful.
Actually, we're supposed to get some rain this weekend, so that may happen again. So,
yeah, it rains a lot. Not like Seattle rains a lot, but it rains a lot.
Yeah. All right, I missed what happened. Avid says "Angel with a Shotgun" is a good song. Okay, I don't know what that means, but Jerry says, don't know why people want to see snow. It's cold and wet. What's the big deal about it? And then Avid says, but my favorite song? Okay. Avid must be having a conversation with Richard. So there we go. During the summer, we get thunderstorms 3 p.m. Yep.
Yeah.
Reader, look at the moon plate. Okay, they're talking about music. I love. You guys basically live in a tropic, in an island nation. Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
The funny thing is you can tell the difference between us and other states, especially when it comes to preparation for hurricanes. There's a meme, and it's so freaking true. There was like Atlanta, it was like Georgia and Virginia getting ready for hurricanes, and it was pictures of grocery stores where all the ice was gone, and all the things you would think were important. And then it says Floridians, and it shows like carts stacked filled with beer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we look forward to when a hurricane comes through? We want it to happen during the week so that we can take a day off. We get paid days off of work. We don't want it to come on the freaking weekend. You know how often hurricanes come through on the weekends?
Oh, yeah.
It pisses us off so bad.
That, and we don't start worrying about them until they get above a Cat 3.
Yeah, and if they're even nearly projected to come near us, because otherwise, the worst you're going to get, the absolute worst you're going to get, is a tree may fall down near you and you may lose power for a day or two. That's the worst we would get if the hurricane's not coming anywhere near us. Actually, the last hurricane that came close, this one that didn't we have one just recently that came pretty close, but it wasn't anywhere near us. We didn't even lose power.
Yeah.
You know. The last one that came close to us was last year, and that one knocked out power to where we live now for about 5-6 days. So we ended up staying at my in-laws' house because they lost power for just like one day.
Well, that one a couple of years ago put that tree down in my yard.
Yeah, but you weren't home during that. You weren't. You were.
No, I was
yeah.
here. I was here. I stayed home.
When were you at? You were with your mom when that tree went down.
Nope, I was here.
Oh, maybe it was that was the year before, because I remember I went by your house to check and see if anything had happened.
Yeah, that was a year before.
That was a year before. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. It's so hard to keep these things straight, you know.
Yeah, that one with the put down that tree is still in my backyard. It's in pieces now, but it's still in my backyard.
Yeah. So just artistic wise, just to give you guys an idea what I did. I did a really quick layout in pencil. I tweaked it a little bit as I went, and then I did the first pass with a Pilot Precision V5 extra fine pen, just to get some of the little detail. Oh crap! I realized I forgot some stuff. Just to get some of the small details in, and then I'm going to go over it, outline it, and fill in some of the blacks with my Uniball fine, which is a 0.7. So I don't use any of those expensive, crap. I get stuff from Walmart and Target, and I use that stuff. And I am not going to use Sharpies on this picture for anything, for any reason.
Thank God.
Because, yeah, I know. Get a lot of people talk about Sharpies, how they end up bleeding later on.
Sharpies, they've gotten better, but they're still not good.
Yeah. They're not the best thing to use for when you're doing stuff like this. Especially if this is something that I'm going to end up giving to somebody or somebody's going to buy,
Yeah.
And that's the intention with almost everything.
If only it's somewhat... that's weird.
Oh, stop.
It has to be your idea, I know.
All right, they're talking music back and forth. We'll let them just talk music.
Of course, cross chatter, man. People come.
Yeah, I don't know. Honest guys, I don't really know anything about music. The stuff I like, I like the stuff I like, and whether or not it's good or not, I don't really know.
It's usually not good, guys.
I have an Avril Lavigne CD that I absolutely love to put into in the car and listen to it in the car when I'm driving.
See what I mean? Feel free to mock him relentlessly.
And it's not even her first CD. It's one of her later ones. So
you shouldn't admit to any of that. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so embarrassed.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, I forgot I was going to play some music in the background.
Avril Lavigne.
Hey, Skater Boy was a good song.
Oh.
When did that come out? Were we in high school when that came out?
No, we weren't.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was when Ayla was in high school. Maybe that's when I got introduced to the music of the punk girl.
She's not punk.
Punk princess.
She is not punk. She's never actually truly been punk.
Didn't she date or marry a punk guy?
he was never truly punk either. They were pop punk. They were
Pop punk, is that a thing?
yeah. It's bands like Blink 182 and stuff like oh yeah we're punk and Green Day and they're not actually punk bands.
See now I've heard of both of those groups, but I can't think of a single song off the top of my head by either one of them. Green Day or Blink 182. I'm sure I have, but I just don't. If I was at a trivia night at one of these restaurants and they asked a question about a Blink 182 song, I would fail.
Deservedly so.
But if they brought up, One Direction, I might be able to answer that question. So
and you make it worse on purpose, don't you?
I love One Direction. I was so sad to hear they broke up. Did you know they broke up? This is where we find out if Avery admits he knows this. Avery?
I barely know what they are. And the only reason I actually know what they are is because of you.
I have one of their CDs around somewhere. I might just accidentally have it in the CD player when I pick you up, and we can listen to One Direction in the car.
That's horrific. I will beat you senseless.
What's so strange is I'm fairly certain you would.
That's just horrific, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't even think Ayla listens to them anymore.
Like she had an excuse. She was a teenage girl.
Yeah, I know. Technically, I have an excuse too. I am a teenage girl at heart. Actually, 12 is not,
Yeah, that's preteen.
Avid says, Andrew, my favorite singer is Yoko Ono. Actually, you know what? We saw Ayla and I, when we were in New York once visiting Todd, we went to the museum of, I don't like museums with modern art. I really don't. I like a lot of the more classic stuff, but modern art really just doesn't do it for me. But they had a display of some Yoko Ono art, and it was like a journal with like little short poems in it and all. Richard says, "Laugh out loud. You're a tween, Andrew." Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows was Glee. Avery hates it when I admit that, but it's true. Actually, I don't think I was not a fan of Spice Girls, Avid, but I do. I every now and then I'll sing that that one song that they have. What's the one? The What Do You Want? What You Really, Really Want? Just whenever it strikes my fancy. But I was never into them when they first came out. I was aware of their existence. I think I got into more of the teeny bopper music when Ayla was getting into it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But her likes have changed over the years, so I'm not even sure if she listens to any of that stuff anymore. I don't know what she listens to nowadays.
Oh.
Yeah, if you guys ever heard I have a couple of CDs that I take with me as my my travel CDs when we go to conventions, and there's a reason why Avery doesn't go to a lot of conventions with me anymore. It's because these CDs make him cringe so bad.
It's pretty bad, guys. It's.
I mean, there's everything from let's see what I got. I got Cher. I got Hootie and the Blowfish. Firehouse, Journey.
It's things you should never admit to.
I know. There's that one Journey song that my daughter and I really love to sing in the car, but we only like to sing like the opening verse. And as soon as the opening verse is over, we skip to another song because it's like every time it comes on the radio, we sing it out loud and then we switch the channel. See, even Charlie doesn't like it.
It's hard.
I love me some If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher, you know. If I could turn back time.
Stop. Oh, God. You're killing your own stream. Why would you do that?
Wait. Avid says Andrew's spirit animal is shaved head Britney Spears. that's
There's so much truth to that.
Yeah, that's so scary. This is Avery. We are muting. Kick Andrew off the live stream.
I can't. It's his stream. I can't kick him. I can't kick him from his own channel. I would if I could. If this was on my channel, I would kick him. I mean, I'd let him back in, but I'd kick him just to make him like you. have to understand. You can't hurt people this way. It's morally wrong.
Oh, Avid says the only thing worse would be if you would listen to NPR religiously. No, I have not listened to NPR in many, many, many years. Actually, I'll tell you when the last time I listened to NPR was. It was right out of high school during the first Gulf War. I turned on the news radio to find out what was going on, and I ended up getting stuck. I started listening to NPR then because they were talking about it, and it was like a few weeks later that I realized how bad it was. So then I went searching for actual news talk radio, and that's when I found, like Fox News and so forth. So, but I originally listened to NPR back during the first Gulf War because I wanted to know what the hell was going on. And I was flipping through the channels and they were talking about it, so I stopped and listened, and I was there for a few weeks. But yeah, that was it for me. I don't listen to NPR at all.
They're bad people.
Yeah. Richard says, Avery, do you do all your coloring digitally, or do you use pens as well?
For print, I color digitally.
Yeah, like all of Hero will be colored digitally. But if he was doing something like you're planning, like the whatever the image, the print idea that you're planning on doing that regularly, right? Or at least some of it regularly. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but
okay.
A chance it could be a fully watercolored piece.
Yeah. Okay. Avid says pushes Andrew back into the musical closet and locks it.
Yes.
Cosmic says Camellia something Nanahira sipping noticed me. That's what it is at. Okay, I don't.
Senpai noticed me.
Oh, okay. And then Richard Corbin says share and share alike. That's right. All the girl talk made your dog mad. It did. NPR is soy. More bundles of sticks. NPR used to have a show that showcased old radio shows, but they're pretty bad. Cosmic says, Avid, do you have another topic? Avid says, I like 1 minute behind in the video, but new topic. Favorite alterna title? And then Richard Corbin says, Avery, what is your preferred medium?
I prefer pen and ink, drawing in pen and ink.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there.
And watercolor. A mix of watercolor and gouache.
Now I use a watercolor, a gray wash, which is just Indian ink mixed with water. Cosmic says, I don't know, new topic, pandas. He's never gonna let that one go, you know. All right. Says Meowcat says you can download all the old time radio shows on MP3, plenty of websites or torrents. And Avid says conspiracy theories. He wants to talk about conspiracy theories.
I don't know anything about conspiracy theories. Most people that believe them are completely bonkers.
Oh,
they're entertaining. They can be entertaining.
Avery, for some reason, I don't know exactly why, my mother-in-law and I were having a conversation the other day, and we were reminiscing about my wife and I's wedding, and she was saying, yeah, we were so worried Avery was going to go up and smoke.
Yeah, man.
Being so close to the... I mean, that was a real concern for everybody there.
Well,
they felt bad for you, you know?
I had long hair, and I had a candle right next to my face.
Yep.
Right next to me.
Oh, hey, guys, check it out. Look at what I got. It's a Pikachu. It's a Mega Construx Pikachu. All right, I'm going to lose people really quick, so let's not focus on this very much. But it's the new hero mascot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm moving him off. Just kidding.
The first opportunity I get, I'm breaking that thing.
Dude, that would require you coming over to my house and actually being here in the house, and I don't think that's going to happen.
When we're signing Hero, if it makes it...
Oh, no, we're coming to your house to do that. You got more room than I do.
You're not bringing all those books into my house.
Why not?
Heck no.
Oh, crap, I can't find my, Where is my India ink? I have a bottle of it somewhere. Oh, no. See, this is the India ink wash. This is just India ink and some water just mixed together, and I use that for... Where the heck is my bottle? Because I was going to do the... you know what? Screw it. You know what? Instead, we're going to use the brush pen. Because I wanted the characters to be detailed and succinct, but I wanted the backgrounds to be washy and so forth, and I wanted the rocks to be, you know. All right. We got other stuff going on. Let's see. Richard says, I used to do wet on wet and impasto oil color. I could never get a handle on watercolor. Yeah, I'm not very good with watercolor either.
Watercolor's easy.
Okay. Richard says, flat earthers are funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Cat says, yes, OTR is like a trip in time machine. They're talking about the old-timey shows. The Shadow was the best. Yep. If you listen to Lavender Town too long, it will kill you and haunt you and make you drowsy. Avid says, please teach me what a wash is. I have no clue what it is or how to use it. Avery's ink wash was gorgeous. And Meowcat says there's some haunted stories on YouTube, horror, deep web stuff, some good creators out there. You want to take the wash question?
Yeah, ink wash is very simple. It's just watered down ink. Or watered down whatever pigment. That's all it is. And you just build it up in layers as it dries.
Yep.
Or you put more ink in it to make it a little bit darker. Or that's all it is. And that sketch I did for you, the reason it's all washy is I deliberately use a fountain pen. It's a cross fountain pen, and the ink is water soluble. So I sketch something out real fast and then go hit it with water, and it breaks apart. It breaks loose the ink and dissolves it. And makes it like a wash.
What do you prefer to use for your wash, other ink-wise? Do you have something specific you like? Since I only use gray wash, I just take some India ink and put it in water. I'm not fancy.
I use India ink, but I prefer Dr. Martin's Black Star matte.
Ooh, he's fancy.
Better Winsor Newton.
Yeah, see, I'm not that advanced. I use whatever I have on hand.
Just don't buy Higgins; it's trash.
Actually, I think that's what I had.
It's trash. It's trash ink, dude. It used to be good. Like 20 years ago, Higgins ink wasn't that bad, but it's utter trash now. And you know what? The Doc Martens Black Star isn't as good as it used to be. The matte, you know how ink gets streaky even though it's all black? You can see those streaks with the brush.
Mm-hmm.
when I first started using the Black Star matte, it didn't do that. It dried really, really flat, almost like using gouache. The way thick gouache can dry it with a very matte finish, even matte finish.
So what do you think about these Pentel brush pens? Do you like those?
I don't know which ones.
The one I bought you the refills for is the one
I
I'm
haven't
talking
I
about.
haven't used that one yet.
Oh, okay.
I still have that one in the package and the refills. Now the other kind of Pentel brush pens, the ones that have the bristles,
Mm-hmm.
like a paintbrush, those are the bomb. Those are fantastic. I love them.
Yeah, when it comes to these Pentels, I'm the brush pens. I'm still not really good at them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really good for non-precise stuff. I don't have enough. I don't have enough control over these pens in order to use them properly yet. It's just going to take practice and all. But for right now, what I'm using them for, you see me just filling in rocks in the background or on the base of this picture. That's what they're good for me.
Well, how much are you trying to learn to control it?
Well, I'm not really. I haven't had time to. But we'll see what happens eventually. I do. There is a story within a story in book 3 that I want to use the brush pen completely for. So we'll see how that goes over.
All right.
But Avid says Avery need to sell his fountain pen washes. I'm serious. That thing is a treasure to me.
Oh, thank you. It's like no one buys my art, dude. I stopped bothering.
You got to get out there. You got to get people to see it, see more. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part of what we're trying to do here is getting seen, getting people to see what we're doing, and we can sell us some art, we can sell us some books. We just got to be seen first, and it's Comicsgate is giving us a chance at being seen by more people, and but it's so difficult. I've always said if people see Hero, if they see the art, if they see the pages, and they see the love and time we put into these things, they'll like it and they'll buy it. But it's a matter of getting in front of the person in the first place. That's the hard part. I had a lot of success when I actually went to conventions and signings and actually met people and showed them the book. I could pitch the idea to people and show it to them, and I could make sales. But it's so hard to get a mass number of people looking at your stuff,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's next to impossible. There's some people just, especially when it comes to social media, they get on a platform at the right time before they start messing with the algorithm.
Yep.
And like legitimately explode, legitimately, without having to pay for ads. It's just it pops up on for people. They come, and then
I've also said it's a matter of finding that one person that has the connections, that one person that finds you and says, "Ooh, I like that," and all of a sudden there's like that cascading domino effect.
That too, that helps. But some people like it's all legit, dude. It's they were the right person at the right time.
Yep. But, all right.
At the right, just they had their finger on the pulse,
Yep.
They were just right there. It's like, amazing.
Yeah, both Avery and I admitted that we should have been on YouTube two years ago, But, oh well.
I was on Twitch 2 years ago, but left it. I was just like, this isn't working out.
Yeah, I was never at Twitch, so I don't know. Let's see. Hold on a second. Andrew busted out the terrain. What looked like might have taken 20 minutes. Has Avery ever posted his fountain pen wash even once or twice? Yeah, he has. He's put a lot of that stuff up on eBay and Instagram and all, right?
Yeah.
But it's just hard to get get people to notice. Cosmic says, I hate my art style. Well, then keep working at it, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Avid says, nice forearm and scar, Andrew. Badass. Yeah. That's what happens when you have kittens.
Yeah, he got it. Suddenly it's less badass, and then you know it's a kitten scar. It's like the most low-T way you could ever get a scar.
She's a fighter, man. She's a fighter.
It's a kitten scar.
It's a kitten scar, yeah. Let's see. Richard says, I'm not able to push your book, Andrew, like I would like to, as I am not on Facebook or Twitter. That's okay, man. But I do mention it too on other streams. That's fantastic. That's great. Man. You know? Cosmic says, got to go by. Okay. Yeah, he probably already left. We probably missed that. Sorry about that. I got tired of being attacked on those platforms. I understand that completely, Richard. Yeah. But I hate to say it, but Avery and I are kind of trying to get attacked in a way, because being attacked,
I don't give a crap.
Yeah, you don't care, but I mean, if somebody wants to attack me, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I nice guy troll everybody. That's no big deal. But you know, if they attack you, that just opens you up to, you know, I want to say a conversation, but it's not a conversation. It's attention. It gets you attention. So what's that old saying? You know, the biggest trick the devil ever played was to convince people he wasn't real. You know, if you ignore us, we lose. You know. Let's see, where's that piece of this? All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of gray tone to the rocks.
Yeah, I just don't care what any of them think.
Yeah, well, I know.
The whole conversation would be the, oh, blah, blah. And I'd just be like, you know, F you.
Yeah.
Their opinion means nothing.
We're just doing a little bit of dabbing. Dab. Sometimes when you do the watercolor wash, if you dab, it turns out pretty good. Oh, Avid's got to leave too. Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot for joining, Avid. Appreciate it, man.
We really appreciate it, Avid. Thank you.
And Richard says, yeah, like what happened to Richard? Yeah, well. Richard says, I don't care what they think either, but then when they went after my friends and family that have nothing to do with CG, yeah, I understand that completely. I did when I did my coming out as Comicsgate on my Facebook page to my friends and family, I have a separate Facebook page which is just really is family and close friends. And I reached out to everybody. I says, hey, listen, I'm going to do something on my regular Facebook page and people are going to attack me. Don't get upset. Don't, freak out. Say, why are these people attacking Andrew? Just let it take its course because I'm expecting this. I'm wanting this to happen. I know exactly what's happening and it's okay. And I ended up having a whole bunch of people comment and come after me and write stuff. And even one of them who I thought was smart enough to realize what it was I was doing was like totally offended with me. And I'm like, whatever, man, you should know better by now. And it's okay. It's okay. I even went to my mom and said, hey, you saw what I said on Facebook. She says, yeah, I know. I'm just not going to pay attention. It's okay. That's fine. That works. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want you to do. Don't pay attention to the noise.
And there was no noise, really.
Well, there was a little bit. I got like 8 videos out of it, man. I had a good time with that. Yeah, I know. Shut up. You don't make videos, remember?
So?
No. You just know if you came out as a Comicsgate on Facebook, most of our friends would go, okay, whatever. Tell us something we didn't already know.
No, there's no point in it.
Well,
there's no there.
I understand. I wanted controversy. I wanted people to ask questions
Yeah,
and
but
make statements, and they did, and I was cool with that.
But it was like 3 people.
It was more than 3 people, you dork. It's like 5. All right, what's going on with saying that? Okay. Richard says, I saw your journal, Andrew, and the way you were treated wasn't good. To be honest with you, it's kind of what I expected, because I knew a lot of my friends that I had on Facebook that knew me through comics. I read their posts. I know what they were thinking. I know what their opinions were. I knew it was coming. And there's several of them. There's several who still disagree with everything, but they don't realize that are still my friends. I still get contacted almost every other day from them saying, I don't agree with some of the stuff that's going on in that community, but you're still my friend. Okay, I appreciate that. And so I think the biggest lesson I learned was if you have to hide your feelings and your beliefs and so forth in order to keep people as your friends, they're really not your friends. So better to just let them go and move on. And then I have some that just won't go away, even though they disagree with me. They won't unfriend me. I'm like, damn it. I want to talk about you behind your back, but I'm just kidding. Like Avery, I've been trying to get rid of him for years. What's really sad about this image is that even if I like how the background came out, with the gray wash in the background and so forth, it'll be very hard to see when I scan it in. So you may not see it well when I scan it in, but what do y'all think? That stand out as a cool character sketch?
Let me see. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. This is one of. Well, I'm trying. My goal is going to be to do 5 of them, and put them up on the IndieGoGo in order to garner more attention. But it also allows me to work on character designs and costume designs and so forth. So I may not. All the pictures may not be Hero. They may actually be other characters in the series. So we'll see. You know what? All right. This is 2018, right? Yep. Okay. Still 2018. You realize tomorrow's December already, guys? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, this year is just flying by. And I still, we know what I'm really impressed with is the fact that my original goal was to put a video out a day on my YouTube channel. And as of today, I have still put out at least one video a day, including live streams. Cool. What's so funny, the last live stream we did on Wednesday, I made 2 videos, drawing videos, and I was going to set them to be released Thursday morning and then Friday morning. That way I had videos each day. And when I set the timers, I set them both for Thursday, so they both came down at 10 o'clock on Thursday. So I'm like, oh, duh. Boomer. Oh, well. Richard says, show some of your past artwork from your sketchbook, Andrew. That would garner some attention. Well, maybe. See, that was, Richard, those pretty much every single thing that was in that sketchbook that I sent you were commission requests that I did prior to working on Hero. Because once I started working on Hero, I stopped taking commissions. There's a few things in there that were gifts. There's an image, like a wedding picture with the Little Mermaid and Elliot's dragon. That was for my sister and her husband as a wedding gift. And then the cover image, which was Ariel as a Jedi Knight, that was a gift. That was a Christmas gift to my brother-in-law, who's a Star Wars Star Wars Little Mermaid fan. So he says, some sweet women in your sketchbook. Oh, yeah, cool. Thank you. Do a hot one of Hunter. Hunter? You mean Hunter from the book? You mean Hero's sister Hunter? I may have to do that. She became, when I first drew her for book 2, I knew what she was going to be like, but I didn't know her story. And that's kind of one of the reasons why in the end of book 2, Granny Aura says it's not time for your story. It's mainly because I don't have her story written yet. I don't know what it is, but she to me is like a super badass. She's very much like her mother, who you find out more about in book 3, is very much a badass as well. But Avid says, I'm back. Hey, Avery and Andrew, I accidentally copied more than I should have. I sent you some of my DMs with someone else in addition to what I meant to send. Please delete the long message. Very cool. Very cool. And Richard says, Hunter was a nice turn for sure. Oh, yeah. She's, in the story, she's Brock's, the oldest, because in the order of children, we know who the number one is, Lulu. The next 2 were twins named Prince and Princess. Then there's some we still haven't made, exactly who they are and what their names are. But it went Hunter, Brock, Hero, Missy, and May. So Hunter is Brock's older sister. It's also Hero's older sister. But so there's going to be a lot of, when those 2 characters are together, a lot of, you may be big and bad, but I'm still your big sister and I can still kick your ass type stuff. So yeah, that's it's one thing I like about a lot of the ladies in my comic are very, very strong individuals. There's really not, I don't like drawing. I don't like storylines in which women are abused. So I tend to make all my female characters very strong, and even Granny Aura, who we introduced in the first book, she's an elderly lady, walks with a stick, she's blind, and so forth. In book 2, you see her kicking some major butt because I don't know why, but that's just the way I like to draw. I like to write the women in my book. So let's see those feminists attack me for that. I'm kidding. Okay. DMs are only deleted on your end. My deleting it will only delete it on your side. Okay, I understand, Avid. We'll do that for you. Richard says, I want her for a sketch of my IG reward. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Richard. I will do that for you. Strong women that aren't feminazis are good. Yep. They're not strong because they're women. They're women who are strong. There's a difference,
Respect women.
That too. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up. Both Avery and I have to be at work early tomorrow morning, but starting today, our goal is to live stream every day. And tomorrow we are live streaming with Weaponized Nerd Rage. We're going to be on his show with him. So guys, definitely check that out. Do we know a time yet, or just whenever he reaches out to us?
I haven't heard from him again.
Okay, so if you guys haven't followed Weaponized Nerd Rage, find him, follow him so you get the notifications, okay? All right. Good night, guys. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Avid. Thanks, everybody. Cosmics, appreciate you all checking in. D, Meow Kitty, everybody, thanks a lot for checking in. And I'm going to do a live stream on Sunday. I don't know exactly when. Avery, are you thinking maybe doing a live stream, or you want to let me handle that? I mean, it's up to you. If you don't want to live stream, I'll figure out a time and live stream Sunday. But I got more sketches I want to work on, so.
Cool.
All right, well, we'll figure it out, guys. We'll let you know. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and thanks a lot for joining in. See y'all later.